this is my first time, so I'm just figuring out. I will take 30 seconds to figure out how going live works. Okay. So if somebody's already logged in, can I have them? Hi Neetu, good evening. I'm just figuring out the tool a little bit, so I'm just taking 10 seconds to just understand how this works. I can see the comment section. Okay. Should we start, Neetu? Neetu, am I audible, visible? Can you just confirm? Hi, Ambika. Am I audible, visible, Ambika? Okay, good. I am audible and I am visible. I'm just going to. Okay. All right. Is there a lag of any sort? I'm just fixing the lights. All right. Good. Audible and thank you, Ambika. Just give me one quick second here as well. Just fix this. Cool, we're ready to start and good to go. Okay. All right. Should I start? Hi, Rakhi. Okay, so am I good to start? I'm itching to start right now. I'm just waiting for some more people to join in so that I can start. So it's my first time on Facebook Live or any live, so it's kind of exciting for me. Neetu, I need your thumbs up to tell me when to start. I'm ready and I'm waiting for your Facebook sign. Okay, I'm looking at how do I put in. All right, okay. Cancel. Yes. So let me start now. Okay, guys. We are 4 minutes over the clock. So let me start by giving a quick introduction of myself. I take 2 minutes. So I have been in IT for the last 20 plus years now. As of last month, I resigned, and for the last 15 plus years, I have been parallelly following my heart, trying to understand where I'm headed, what my life's all about, what my purpose is. A lot of questions have haunted me, and um, universe has been sending me the answers slowly and steadily. And once I got the complete clarity, I think that's when I took the plunge, and I am sitting in front of you. And today, me sitting in front of all of you is nothing short of a miracle, because if you had met me 5 years back, or maybe 10 years back, or 15 years back, I had never imagined that I would be sitting here having this conversation with all of you. That's the kind of person I was. So I've gone through my own set of tensions, problems, hassles, frustrations, fears, anxieties, worries. How will I do it? What will I do? Etc. Etc. So that's about me. I belong to a small town, Allahabad. I've been in Delhi NCR for the last 28 plus years. So you can call me somebody from Delhi only. I have 2 kids. I'm a single mom. And so that's about me. And I'm really passionate about, for those of you who've seen my video, I'm very passionate about uh, contribution, you know. So just sharing a small story that is really resonates with me and my heart is when I heard, which I heard around when I was 15, 16 years old, maybe in I think 11th or 12th class, and which was about this man who goes on a beach and he sees a small boy picking up the starfish that have washed over on the shore and throwing them back in the ocean. So this man goes to the boy and says, "What are you doing?" And the boy says, "Can't you see I'm picking up the starfish and throwing them back? If I don't do that, when the sun comes up, they will die." And the man says, "But that's really stupid because there are like a million starfish that have washed on the shore. How do you really think you can make a difference to all of them?" So the boy stopped for a moment, picked up one starfish and said, "For this starfish I made a difference." And he threw it in the ocean. And then he picked up another one and said, "For this one I made a difference," you know. And then he threw it back. So this is something that I have lived my life from, honestly. And I've always asked the universe that show me the starfish that I need to, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to pick up the starfish and throw them back in the ocean, you know. So I think the first starfish that I needed to save was this one. That was me. I had an average run of the mill life with tons of tensions, tons of, you know, it was like a mediocre, always trying. And people used to always tell me, "Asma, you will do something, you have a lot of potential." And the first time somebody told me that, I was 14 years old. Today I'm 43. I'm going to be 44 in about another couple of months. And I was like, it's been 30 odd years. When is that potential going to come out? You know? So that's been my story. I know the topic for today, so let's get down to the topic. Do you have any questions, or all of you want me to just hit it and just give you what I have on stress, on fear, on anxiety, and all the related emotions that pull us down or that disempower us? So if anybody has any questions, or should I just start on? I'll give it 10 seconds for somebody to write up anything they have specifically that they want me to address. Come on, guys, you're investing time in me. You've come online. You are listening to me. You might as well take some value back. Maybe this girl sitting here, I call myself a girl, has some value to add to you. So let's check her out. Let's ask her a tough question and let's see how she answers. Let's see if she can make a difference to your life. So I want you to ask me something. Anything. Obviously on the topic, otherwise Neetu's gonna kill me. She says you gotta stick to the topic. Anybody's gonna ask me anything? Okay. It seems like we have a shy audience and they are not into too much of asking. So I'll proceed. I will proceed with what I have planned. So let's look at, so we're talking about stress, we're talking about fear, worry, anxiety. I think these are the 4 most common emotions which are actually interrelated if you look at it. And these are the 4 most common emotions that trouble us, that make our life hell in the moments that they are, that we are dealing with them. So what is fear? Okay. So first of all, let me give you a little bit. Fear, worry, anxiety, they are part of the same family. They are all coming from the future. You understand? There is a past that I have, there is a present that I am living, and then there is a future I am living into. Ki tomorrow this will happen, and you know, I have some understanding about my future, or some relation to my future in terms of, you know, how my relationships will be, how my financial situation will be, how my health will be. So there is some vague idea I have, most of us have, about the future that we are living into, ki ye hoga. I hope you guys don't mind me doing Hindi English mix. If there is somebody, just ping me, okay? Because being from Delhi and being in Delhi for 30 years, it just kind of comes naturally to me. So I was talking about. So all these negative emotions are actually fear, anxiety, and worry are coming from the future. We look or we um, uh, look at a future, and we don't see something that we want to happen in the future, or we fear something that we are expecting to happen in the future, which we, because there has been a past in which it has not happened, or things have misfired, or things have which I'm angry about or guilty about, or at others or at myself. I sometimes fear that this may not happen in the future, and that gives me a worry. And the worry is, so worry and fear are like parent child. First comes worry कि नहीं हो, whatever I'm expecting might not happen, and then comes fear. Fear is a much deeper form of worry. Okay. Worry is something that could probably cause you ulcers. Okay, when you worry too much, you have stomach cramps, or you have something, loose motions or something, a lot of signs, physical signs. So I don't know if you all believe, but then most of these emotions have a physical impact on our body. For those of you who are on my page and who are following my posts, all the pain emerges from these emotions. Okay, all these emotions cause inside of me a lot of physical reactions, whereas my physical body is concerned, like ulcers, diabetes. While some people might say diabetes is genetic, but actually it has a lot to do with the emotions. So most of these emotions cause a lot of physical ailments. Okay, coming back to fear and worry. So if worry is causing me ulcers, fear is something that actually has the capability to, impact me very badly, much worse. The word is, it can or has the capability to destroy me. Now my first thing is, one, fear is not a very bad emotion to have. We need fear in life. It drives us. Okay, if we, fear pushes us to move forward. Little bit of fear pushes us to move forward. The right kind of fear will make us work harder. When you fear that my boss might not be happy with my performance, then we get into action. We get into producing results. We get into harder work or working harder. So small amount of fear is good for you. Okay, it's the acute, unending, continuous fear that actually impacts you. Okay, so till so far, whatever I've shared, is there any question anybody has? So I don't know how to see how many people are there, and if anybody wants to. Okay, there is. All right. Sorry, I wasn't scrolling down. Okay, can you please talk about the increase in the heartbeat and anxiety early mornings after waking up from sleep? I'd like to know how to cope up with it. Okay, Swati. All right. And Deepa asked, how can we deal with our fear of losing? So I'll address Swati first. So Swati, when we go to sleep, the mostly 99%, the emotion you sleep with, the moment you wake up in the morning, the mind tends to pick that emotion back up. And that is why they say, or it is said, that when you should do meditation before you sleep, because what meditation does, it calms your mind. So I can say your life is like the x-axis and the y-axis, or the y-axis is straight like this. So this is like your status of what's that word, homeostasis, where you are neither excited nor depressed. So that's the state. What meditation does is, whether you are whichever state, it brings you to that status of homeostasis, straight line. When you are in that emotion and you sleep with that emotion, when you wake up, you will wake up in that emotion. Okay, and my recommendation is, and this is what I practice a lot, and this is something I started doing, I think 6 months back, is every morning that I wake up, I consciously pick up some thought, because thoughts are random. They will keep coming. Nobody has control on their thoughts. You can't plan the next thought that will come into your head. Even right now while you're listening to me, Swati can have a different thought, Deepa will have a different thought. Listening to the same thing from the same person in the same call at the same time, they will have different thoughts pop into their head. So nobody knows what thought will pop into whose head. Okay. Neetu was saying something. All right. So coming to, so what you do is, in the morning, if you wake up and just for 20 seconds pick up a good thought. It could be a memory of your child playing with you yesterday. It could be a memory of a movie or some cartoon you saw that made you laugh a lot. It could be any random thought which is a happy thought. If you pick that up in the morning intentionally, okay, and just stay with it for 20 seconds. Stay with it for 20 seconds by the watch. What happens is, after the 19th second, your mind will generate another thought related to the thought you have. And then that thought will generate another thought. Okay. So if you want to have a good day, like a rocking day, the morning is very, very critical. Okay. So when you, so Swati, my recommendation to you would be, when you sleep, and if there is a lot of stress and if there is fear or there is anxiety in your life, that is there. So sometimes we know our fears, or we are present to our fears. Sometimes we don't even know what the fears are, but it just palpitates us. You understand that? It just makes us feel these weird tummy rumblings, or sweaty palms, or sweat on our body. So there are a lot of things, okay? Different people have different symptoms about that. So, so when you wake up in the morning, or when you go to sleep, if there are a lot of stress, fear, anxiety, anything in your life happening, okay, whether you know it or whether you don't know it, just for 20-30 minutes meditate. Pick up any random meditation audio, something that is it could be any of there are a lot of meditation. If you type meditation, tons of things will come up. Pick up any random guided meditation, close your eyes and sit down, focus your thoughts, bring it to that homeostasis stage, and then go to sleep. Okay, and then when you wake up in the morning, pick up a happy thought, stay with it for 20 seconds. You'll be able to you should be able to, if it is not a other something bigger issue, you'll be able to resolve this problem, Swati. Okay, I think I missed a question. There was from Deepa. How can we deal with our fear of losing? Okay, see, fear is always related to an object. Okay, till the time we are connected to something, or we have a certain expectation from someone, or we have an expectation from life, we will have fear. The only way to give up that fear or get through that, get rid of that fear, is for you to release that attachment. Love the person, or if it is somebody who you love, it could be a spouse, it could be a child. I've gone through a lot of these emotions for myself. The fear of losing, the fear of losing people in my life, and the more I feared, the more number of people I lost in my life. And since the time I've stopped fearing it, I was like, okay, kya hoga zyada se zyada? Okay, what is the worst that can happen? If that person leaves, anyways, he was not mine. And if you release that person, because it's like this, if you keep some seeds in your hand, okay, and you have pigeons around, and you keep standing, the pigeons will come on their own. The more you start to hold the pigeon back, the more the pigeon will try to fly away, because nobody likes to be clutched, captured. Or people have it's a subconscious thing, but we are very fearful of expectations that people expect from us. So people in your life who you are fearful of losing are fearful of your expectation and them not falling in line with your expectation. And that's a very big fear, and it will always make people run away. So release them, and they will never go away. Okay. let me know if that answered your question. Okay. Dr. Samia, Samia Sheikh. Hi Samia. Depression often leads to anger. How to deal with the anger as it increases anxiety, which further leads to breakdowns. So how to deal with anger of depressed person? Okay. So let's break down depression first. Where does depression come from? Should we? So guys, how many of you are in sync with me and connecting with what I'm saying? If you guys are connecting, I will go. Otherwise, I'll explain more in detail. Just ping me. So far, I've answered 2 questions. Have those questions been answered? Or is there anything that is still unanswered for you? Okay, so in the meantime, I'll start with depression. Let's look at where does depression come from. Let's see, how do we address that? Okay, depression comes from. Okay, so if you look at so Samia, this is for you, and most of us would deal, because today's date, everybody is dealing with depression. It is minor, it could be major, or it could be huge. Okay, usually when a person goes to a psychiatrist, the depression level has gone to such an extent that that person starts to display physical symptoms of it. But in today's times, everybody has little or more depression in them. Everybody. Okay. Now, so when we were, prehistoric humans, how the evolution happened from monkey to the prehistoric man, and then we grew up and grew forward. So there are 3 basic instincts of the man. Okay, man, I say, I'm generalizing, woman, man, child. The 3 basic instincts are food, sleep, and sex. That's it. The prehistoric man had a freedom that whenever he felt like eating, he would go kill something, hunt and eat. Whenever he felt like sleeping, he would just go and sleep. And whenever he felt like having sex, he would be just like a dog or a cat on the road, find a mate and procreate, and that was it. That's how life was going on. And as life evolved and the human beings evolved, more and more rules came into play. Why? Because there was need. A man could not always eat when he wanted to, because there was not always food, so he had to go hunt. So what he started doing, he started building a tribe. Whenever he wanted to sleep, he could not sleep because he was fearful कि कोई शेर आएगा मुझे खा जाएगा. Man wanted to have sex, but the mate wasn't available. So another rule was made that this is my mate, that is your mate. My mate only I will mate with, your mate only you will mate with. And because you're in a tribe, then family came in. When family came in, rules came about. A lot of rules. Slowly the rules started adding. Okay, guys, let me finish this one. So focus on this. I know there's a lot of questions popping in. Thank you so much for that. But this is a very critical piece for all of us. So just focus to the question that I'm addressing, because this is very, very critical. And I promise you that each one of you will benefit from this answer. Because when I found this answer, this changed and it shifted my whole life and how I looked at life itself. Okay. So coming back. So dhire dhire, when slowly these rules started coming in. So what is happening is, I have 3 basic instincts, comes one rule, and then another rule, another rule, another rule, and there are rules and rules and rules. What is happening is, every time I have an instinct to do something, that instinct is being pressed down. Why pressed down? Because there is some rule that doesn't allow that instinct. I want to eat at 11 o'clock because I'm hungry, but I'm in office and the lunchtime is not till 1 o'clock, so I hold back. I hold that instinct inside. Okay, I want to have hi Reena, so I want to go and procreate. Okay, but it's in the afternoon, I'm at office, my wife is in the house. What do? I control that instinct. I want to go and sleep. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I used to really feel sleepy around 3 or 4 in the afternoon at office, but I could never sleep because I'm in office and there's a decorum. You just can't go and sleep in the office. तो क्या हुआ, एक इंस्टिंक्ट आया और मैंने उसको प्रेस कर दिया. सिमिलरली लाइफ में ना, as we went forward and we are today 21st century, there are million rules, right? बाहर कैसे जाना है, लोगों से कैसे बात करना है, दरवाज़ा किस तरह खोलना है, दरवाज़ा बंद कैसे, you can't just bang the door, you have to slowly close the door. Even if somebody screams at you, you have to behave, you have to keep. So there are so many rules, right? You're relating to me? What happens is, whenever you suppress an instinct that's coming to you, you are suppressing an instinct. When you suppress that instinct, what happens is that it causes internalization. Instead of releasing that instinct goes inside. When internalization happens, there is a depression. That's the root cause of depression. Usually husband wife, okay, I'm giving an example. Husband wife is, you know, wanting to talk to the husband. He's been out all day long, he comes back home and he asks for tea, she gives him tea, and she wants him to chit chat with her, but because he's very tired, he doesn't. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, she has no friends, she wants to chit chat, and whenever he does talk to her, he's either angry at something, taking the anger from the office and expressing it at her, or he's too tired or exhausted. Imagine the state of this woman who wants to express. Okay, no, it's not, Swati, it's not okay to suppress your instincts. Wait, that's what causes your depression. Most of us are living lives with suppressed instincts. Every moment of the day we are suppressing our instincts. You want to go out, you can't. That's the biggest suppressor right now. COVID. Everybody is housebound. Everybody wants to go out, they want to meet their friends, they want to have the freedom to roam around. That's the basic freedom, and that's been taken away from you. And that's why depression cases will rise. If they're not already rising, they're going to rise. Okay, unless you know how to release it. Okay, so that's my answer to depression. And then depression leads to, okay, what does depression lead to? Depression leads to you internalizing these emotions. And where will those emotions go and internalize? They will form cysts, ulcers, tumors, diabetes. Most of the people who come are dealing more with depression than with a physical ailment because they've caught it outside. People are, and the body somehow the other keeps asking for you for help, but we fail to notice. हमारे पेट में दर्द होती है, हम एक पुदीन हरा या some other, we just pop in a medicine. We'll go and we'll get some medicine done, but actually the root cause is internalization, which is depression. Okay, now I'm going to look at more questions. Where was this? How to overcome the fear of conflict, as due to this fear most of the times I accept defeat even if I am right. Yes, again, you are Rajul, if you've caught my conversation so far, you have the instinct to respond, you have the instinct to react and to, tell the other person. But probably if the other person is senior to you or is a customer or a client, and so-called society rules or office rules expect you to say yes, okay sir, yes sir, it causes a lot of internalization, and that depression leads to fear. Or that fear will lead to depression, sorry. Okay, because every time you will accept defeat, there will be depression. Okay, there will be something inside of you which will be like, this is not how it should be, this is not how it should happen. Why can't I go and talk to this guy, or why can't I go and respond to this guy? How to overcome fear? See, let me tell you something else about fear, okay, before going to more questions. Fear, like everything else, is just energy, okay? It's just a form of energy. Energy can neither be destroyed nor be created. ये हमने बहुत पहले बचपन में स्कूल में सीखा था, okay? It can only be converted, मतलब it can only change state. At that time, there were only 3 or 4 types of energy we learned for, but so fear is energy. Some people use that fear to pump themselves into action. Some people use that fear to go into depression. So, learning how to channelize that fear is something nobody has taught us. Okay, and if you learn that, wow, life is going to be so powerful, right? Okay, so that's one thing. Learn how to channelize fear. Let's go to the next question. How to stop mind from thinking, Jyoti, and be calm, as we can't stop thinking till we sleep. Yes, mind का तो यही काम है. It will keep pushing thoughts to you. Okay, the instant remedy I have for you. जैसे होता है ना, डॉक्टर क्या करता है, पल्स देखता है और बुखार है, क्रोसिन पकड़ा देता है विदाउट गोइंग इनटू द रूट कॉज ऑफ इट कि ये हो क्यों रहा है. So the instant remedy I can give you, which is like a crocin, is meditate. The more you meditate, you are teaching your mind to not do all this up and down, the oscillation, and come to a state of homeostasis. So the more you meditate, the more you are training your mind to focus. And when you are training it to focus, you can focus on or you can take away your focus from these negative thoughts that keep coming to you. Okay. All right. Swati had asked, so is it, have I answered all the questions? If somebody's question I've missed in between, please can you pick up the question and put it back in the comment box? All right. Thank you, Reena, and thanks for joining up. I really appreciate that. All right. So is it okay to suppress your instincts? No. Nobody has taught us how to manage our emotions. Matlab, we are born, we've been given a body and a mind, and because my parents were taught in a manner by their parents who were taught by their parents, they taught me. And when they were teaching me, I was not learning what my parents were teaching me. Please listen carefully. I was not learning what my parents were teaching me. I was just learning from what I saw them doing. You know, हम आज भी बोलते हैं, we say to people that children don't learn what you tell them, but children learn from what they see you doing. Okay, so you need to be careful how you. और आज की डेट में all the kids, what are they seeing the parents doing? Worry, tension, stress, anxiety. ये होगा, अरे अभी तक वो घर नहीं आया, अरे my husband is not yet home, oh my god, COVID ना हो जाए, oh my god, पता है उसको COVID हो गया है. You don't know, the children in the house are listening, and all the children below 7, they are making their belief system. The formative years are so critical. All of you who are in the chat right now are actually living those formative years. Whatever beliefs you formed when you were 6 and 7 is living your life right now. And that's been living my life also, not yours. I mean, I'm taking it that all of us are in the game together. It's just that I've learned few tricks. I've done a lot of work on myself. I've done a lot of studying to get all these, and I put I've solved a jigsaw puzzle in my head. Okay. So, okay, coming back. So, suppression and how to, so what was I answering? So, is it okay to suppress your instincts? Okay. No, it's not. What we have learned when we were kids from our parents is either to suppress. Mummy ko gussa aata tha, but she would suppress it and not express it, and I would just notice it. So I learned suppression from her. पापा को गुस्सा आता था और वो सबके बैंड बजाते थे. And anybody who's not connecting, please put your grandfather instead of your father or somebody else who acted like that. Okay, so just get the essence of it. I'm just taking some random examples from my life. Okay, so coming back to so I saw my father expressing his anger. I saw my mother suppressing. When I fell down, okay, rather than being with the hurt that I had on my knee and feeling the pain, you know what my mother used to say? Wo dekho, see how many ants you have killed. What she did? She took my focus away from the pain. What do I do today? I feel pain inside. Rather than going inside and addressing and being with the pain, I will go for a party. I will go do weekend dinner to a friend's place with my husband, or with party with some, or I would find other means. I would go for a movie or something. What am I doing? I'm doing the same thing that I learned when I was a kid. How many of you are connecting with what I'm saying? Okay, and if something else comes up by what I'm answering, please just put it in. Okay, so let me complete this one out. So suppression and expression of an emotion, both will bottle that emotion, because that every emotion that comes to you, okay, it could be anger, fear, frustration, happiness, joy, any emotion, when it comes to you, it comes with an expectation to pass through you. Instead of allowing that emotion to pass, I either suppress it, because that's what I've learned, or I express it. Both the ways, that emotion has come with the expectation, and that expectation is not fulfilled, so that emotion gets lodged inside of you. And every emotion lodged inside of you causes ailment, cancer, diabetes, and I talked about. Okay, so the answer to this is to release the emotion, to feel the emotion. Now it's a long process, it's a bigger conversation than I can cover here, but both suppression and expression would not work. You need to be with the emotion. If you're feeling anger, feel it. Don't go and express it on somebody. Don't go and suppress it and change your thought. Just sit there and feel angry, and feel whatever is coming, feel it fully. Okay, until you feel it, that emotion will keep coming, and it will keep coming bigger. You know how, I'll give you an example how it happens. It's like you are 10 years old, class 2nd, ma'am is teaching you a table of 2, and you go home, you come back the next day, you've not learned it. She'll be stern. Asma, you didn't learn the table of 2. Go back home, learn it again. You'll come back again. Next time, you again don't learn it. She'll be even more louder. The next time, she might give you a smack on the back. The next time, she'll get harder. So till the time you learn the table of 2, the teacher will get harder each time. Connecting, guys? Similarly, emotions are exactly like that. If you don't feel it, it will come again. And next time, it will come a little more harder. If you don't feel it, it will come again. This time, more harder. Next time, harder. Until it's such time that you are like, oh my God, I don't know how to deal with this. Okay. All right. Let's look at another question. Rajul, is there a way to learn to enter into a positive conversation and ignore? Yes, there is answer to everything, Rajul. This is something I learned. So I'm going to send you guys a link after this on this chat window. Is one of the videos I created. I request you to go through that. It's a small 10-minute video, and in which I kind of address this one, that we are all asking different questions. If you ask a question, the challenge is not that we don't get answers or we don't get the right answers. The problem is we are always asking the wrong questions. When you ask a wrong question, even if I give you the right answer, because it's a wrong question for you, answer is irrelevant for you, and it will make no difference for you. You know? So, sorry, I lost my chain of thought. So is there a way, let me go back to this. Okay. It happens with me sometimes. There's so much a flood of this thing coming because of so many chats flowing in. So I just lost it. Okay. Is there a way to enter into positive conversations? So yes, there is a way to enter into positive conversations and ignore negative conflict. There are tools, there are techniques, there are ways in which you, so you know, a lot of people say the moment you are conscious, you are aware, you know, half the battle is won. You know, if you see animals, if you see plants, if you see nature, all in general, anything except man, everything is going smooth. You know why? Because all of them live in the moment. अगर कुत्ते को भूख लगी है तो वो उसी वक्त खाना मांगेगा, भौंकेगा, कुछ भी करेगा, खाना खा लेगा. उसको सोना होगा, वो तुम कुछ भी कर लो, he will go to sleep. Right? Only man is the only creature, for a lack of a better word, who doesn't live in the moment. We are either thinking about the past, something that went wrong, something I'm guilty about, something I'm angry about, something that I wanted to happen didn't happen, or I'm living in the future. How? I'm stressing about the future, I'm worrying about it, I'm fearful of something that might happen, I'm worried about something that might not happen. I'm, so it's either past or future. I'm juggling between the two. And that's what will resolve this issue, Rajul, by the way. Okay? All right. Okay, anybody else? Any other questions? Did I miss any question, guys? Any other question? Oh my god. This audience is has got lots of stuff to ask. Okay, Neetu, we have an anonymous question that I have taken a decision to move out of my marriage, and it was not an easy decision, but I have still fear for my kids. How will it impact them? Will they forgive me? Okay. This is $1 million question, So one of my lessons that I learned, it was a hard lesson, and there is something called selfish. The meaning that we have been told or taught for selfish is, unfortunately, today I'll burst the bubble, is the wrong meaning that have been taught to us. Selfish, what we understand ki selfish is a bad thing. Selfish is you focusing on yourself and being self-centered and mean and not being out there for people, right? Selfish, how I see it is, okay, how I see selfish is unless you focus on yourself, unless you give yourself 100%, you will not be able to give others. Because क्या होता है, whatever you have, you will only give that to others. If you have, let's say, okay, I go to Deepti, for example. Okay, I just saw your name, Deepti, if I may. I go to Deepti and I ask her, Deepti, can you give me some apples? Now, Deepti doesn't have apples in her house. She has oranges. And I ask her, Deepti, can you give me some apples? Will she be able to give me apples? No, because she doesn't have them, right? She only has oranges. So whatever you have for yourself or whatever you have with you is only what you can give me. So if you are worried about your children, or if you are worried about your own fear, okay, when you have forgiveness for yourself, they will have it for you. Whatever you are able. So first of all, this to the anonymous person is my suggestion or my recommendation to you is, first of all, forgive yourself. Okay, forgive yourself for doing this. Not your kids, not your husband, not the society, yourself. And love yourself for taking this call, because if you are not 100%, you will not be able to give your kids your 100%. Okay, I don't know if that answered your question or you want me to go into details, so just ping me better clarity if you want. All right, Jyoti, but feeling the emotion will affect us very badly. That's what you think, because we've never done it. हमको बचपन से जो सिखाया गया है, तो डर लगता है कि उसके अलग कुछ करेंगे तो क्या होगा. And that क्या होगा is a domain we don't want to go in. You know why? Because the mind will never let you go into the unknown. It will be uncomfortable, but it will keep you in the known. कि ये मुझे पता है, तो यहाँ मैं comfortable हूँ. Even if it is painful, at least I know. वो it follows that principle. हमने बचपन में सुना, a known devil is better than an unknown angel. Something like that we had heard when we were kids. Mind operates from there. कि this pain is acceptable to me, but पता नहीं आगे क्या होगा, तो कोई नहीं, ठीक है, चल रहा है. एंड देन वी फाइंड वेज टू डिस्ट्रैक्ट आवरसेल्व्स फ्रॉम द पेन. अंदर से देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट बॉदर अस, पर हम क्या करते हैं, उसको इग्नोर करते हैं और आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. ओके, it's like, let me give it, just an example came into my head, and that example was, how many of you worked on a computer? You worked on a computer? I think in today's date most of us have worked on a computer. Let's take a mobile. Everybody has a mobile, a smartphone. Whenever there are apps open on your computer, after a certain point of time it will start working slow. Okay, a lot of times the first recommendation that the IT team gives you is switch off your antivirus or shut down and restart. You know why? Because all the applications in the background are taking up a lot of your attention. They are taking up a lot of your peace of mind, and all these negative emotions are running at the background. All right, okay, but okay, so I guess part of it, hope she's watching it, great advice. Okay, question, Asma, what alone should do to work on our thoughts without getting help from others? How to shift us? Honestly batao, you need somebody initially to just understand. See, it's like you are my coach says this, and I love it when he says this, it's like you're a Ferrari. Okay, somebody's handed you or delivered you, and you have the capability of, a Ferrari. Everybody knows a Ferrari, right? It's a car, and it's like a racing car. It's like one of the topmost, it's like the niche of it. So if you're a Ferrari, but because they didn't teach you how to drive it, how to switch it on, you used your intelligence, your smartness, and your whatever you'd learned, and you figured out कि 4 पहिए तो move करेगी, and आपने धक्का मारा और आपने कहा, oh my god, ये तो बड़ी अच्छी चल रही है, let me just push it. And then you pushed and you pushed and you pushed, and you started pushing harder and harder. Some people got their spouse also to push it. So both the spouses are pushing, तो उनकी speed 5 किलोमीटर से 18 किलोमीटर चली गई. They're like, wow. उनसे पूछो how is it going? Rocking. Why? Because they don't even know their capability. You don't even know that you have a capability of reaching 200 miles per hour. So you are okay with 18. Because आप किससे कंपेयर कर रहे हो? बाकी लोग भी तो फरारी है, वो कोई 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे चल रहा है, somebody is going at 12 and there are some people who are going at 2. So you compare yourself with all of them and you say, okay, at least I am running at 18, which is good. And then you look at people who are going at 200, the Tatas, the Ambanis, something they've unlocked. Okay, when you see them at that speed, you're like, nahi, that's not something for me. ऐसे तो बहुत कम होते हैं, they are lucky or they have money. Some conversation the mind will create for you not to go there. Did that answer? All right, once you say start your day with happy memories. Yeah, happy memories, happy anything. Happy thoughts, something that makes you happy. If nothing else, I have a cat. Like a lot of times, I don't know why, maybe, so I practice this a lot. So every morning in the last 1 month, I've realized I have a Persian, I have a white Persian. Every morning, the moment I wake up my eyes, I need to go to the washroom. So I do. My Persian follows me around to the washroom, and then she will just get in the washroom with me, and she would just put her paws on me as if she just needs me to pick her up. And then I'll go back to the bed and she'll just come and lie down on me. So just being with your pet is also good enough. Okay, that also, because whenever you are with a kid or so they are pure. They are living only in the moment. So they will only invoke love and affection in you, So happy thoughts could be coming in from there as well. So just pick up anything that makes you happy. Okay, don't switch on the TV, don't look at your phone. All right, because सबसे पहले फ़ोन पे न्यूज़ आती है या व्हाट्सएप आता है जिसमें कोई मैसेज नहीं होता है. It's a depressing thought. या फेसबुक होता है जिसमें आपने जो कल फेसबुक पे पोस्टर या पोस्ट लोड की थी वो अभी तक किसी ने लाइक नहीं करी है, या सिर्फ 2 लोगों ने लाइक करी है. यू गेटिंग इट? सो stay away from that. Pakir, hi. I'm not sure what I'm capable of, how to find my niche. I want to get out of 9 to 6 job, but fear about my commitments, even though I do not have a debt. My son is going to college this year. Okay. So, what I can say is, guys, for all of you, okay, and I'm honestly not promoting this, but I of all the learnings that I have had in the last 15 years, you know, I've consolidated everything, and whatever I'm talking is just the tip of the iceberg, okay, and I've created a whole iceberg of it. And created a 2-day program, a workshop this Saturday and Sunday on 26th and 27th, where I'm doing exactly that. How to deal with fear, emotion, where is it coming from, what are my belief system, what is self-love, how can I start loving myself, how can I be ki I have so much love that I only give out love, you know, like apples. So anybody asks for anything, I give him so much love that that guy is fulfilled. So that's the objective of that workshop. It is not something that I've done because I wanted to do something, but that starfish story I shared in the beginning with all of you, my intention is contribution. I took a lot of struggle I've been through since I was 2.5 till date. Not till date. Now, the last 3-4 months have been the best period of my life. Okay, so so what I was saying, yeah, is I have put it all together, and all my struggles, all my questions, all my answers, everything I've put together in these 2 days of the workshop. And all the questions that you have and all the answers you're looking for, and if you're dealing with things like depression, why does it happen, how can I release those emotions, even, you know, if you release those emotions, people have cured, and you know about it, people have cured their diseases, cancers, tumors, and we've heard about their stories. How have they've released the emotions. When you release the emotion, it is out of your system, it flushes out everything. You know why? How it happens? I don't know how many doctors there out there, but I think it takes about 3-4 months for every cell in your body to be replaced and become brand new. Does anybody know about this? But this was a revelation to me. मुझे नहीं पता था. तो हर एक atom of your body is replaced, including your eyeballs, your brain, the cells, the hard cells, not the emotional context, but the hard cells. So everything is replaced in a manner of 3 to 4 months. Once it is replaced, if the cells are all replaced, my question is, if the old cell had a tumor, why do the new cell also have a tumor? Because ये तो नई cell है. So why is the tumor still carried? That's because your emotions are not replaced, and your emotions continue to live in your body, and when your cells are reproducing or, you know, multiplying and the olds are dying, they give an emotional handover. So the baggage of emotions that the old cell was carrying, it hands over कि संभाल के रखना, ये मेरा baggage है और इसको आगे लेके जाना. And the best part, ये सब हमें नहीं पता है. Consciously we don't know all of this. Okay, are there any more questions, or so have I answered all the questions? Is anybody's questions that is still unanswered? We have 6 more minutes to go. Neetu told me 1 hour. So who else, guys? One last question. It's 6 minutes. Who can I address? Who has something left unanswered? Did I drop anybody's question out? If I did, please can you paste it out? Alright, seems there are no more questions. No more questions, guys? I'm still live, right? The net is still working. And alright, Neetu, are there any more questions? Anything else that's coming in? I'll just check if I have covered everything. I had just made some notes that I ensure that I give you everything. Yes. I think that's also I've given. Yes, so I've almost done. So if there are no more questions, guys, thank you so much. You have been a phenomenal audience. You made me feel like there are 1,000 people out there. So thank you so much for that experience. This is the first time I'm live on Facebook. I have been avoiding it, but Neetu kind of pushed me that I should do this. So thank you for making this experience really phenomenal for myself. And I think I kind of answered everybody. So, it was lovely talking to all of you. And I think that's all. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. I hope this session was valuable for those who asked questions, and even though for those who were just spectators. All right. Thank you. And have a good night and have a good weekend. And anybody, oh yeah, one last thing. If anybody wants to know about the upcoming session, can ping me. I'm available on this group and I can tell you more details about it. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Ciao. I'm going to sign off now.